You know that feeling when you meet someone who completely changes your life? That's exactly what happened to Lou Ferrigno when he first stepped onto the set of The Incredible Hulk. For years, fans have wondered what it was really like behind the scenes of one of television's most iconic shows. What was the relationship like between the gentle giant who painted himself green every single day and the experienced actor who brought Bruce Banner to life? Well, after decades of silence, Lou Ferrigno is finally opening up about his time working with Bill Bixby. And what he has to say might surprise you. When Lou Ferrigno got the call that would change his life forever, he was already famous in his own right. He had just come off the success of the bodybuilding documentary Pumping Iron, where he competed against Arnold Schwarzenegger for the title of Mr. Olympia. Lou was massive, standing at 6 feet 5 inches tall with muscles that seemed almost superhuman. But acting? That was a completely different world, and Lou knew it. He was nervous, unsure, and honestly a little scared about stepping into a profession where he had almost no experience. Bill Bixby, on the other hand, was television royalty. He had already starred in multiple successful shows, including My Favorite Martian and The Courtship of Eddie's Father. He knew the ins and outs of Hollywood, understood how to work with crews, and had the kind of professional polish that only comes from years in the industry. When these two men first met, they couldn't have been more different. One was a seasoned actor with decades of experience, and the other was a bodybuilder who was about to be painted green and let loose on a soundstage. Lou has said in recent interviews that he was terrified during those first few days. He didn't know his marks, he wasn't sure how to hit his cues, and he was constantly worried that he would mess up and ruin a take. The process of becoming the Hulk was grueling too. It took hours in the makeup chair every single morning. Artists would carefully paint his entire body green, apply prosthetics to his face and hands, and fit him with special contact lenses that made his eyes look wild and animalistic. By the time Lou was ready to shoot, he had been sitting still for so long that his muscles were stiff and he was already exhausted. But here's where Bill Bixby showed his true character. Instead of treating Lou like an inexperienced newcomer who didn't belong on a professional set, Bill took him under his wing. From day one, Bill made it clear that they were partners in this show. He didn't see Lou as just the muscle or the special effect. He saw him as a fellow actor who was bringing an essential part of the story to life. Lou has said that Bill would pull him aside between takes and give him little tips about how to move on camera, how to use his body language to convey emotion, and how to make the Hulk feel like a real character instead of just a monster. What really touched Lou's heart was how patient Bill was with him. There were moments when Lou would miss his mark or forget what he was supposed to do, and instead of getting frustrated or annoyed, Bill would just smile and say something like, "Don't worry about it, big guy. Let's try it again." Bill never made Lou feel stupid or inadequate, even when he made beginner mistakes that probably frustrated the crew. Instead, Bill treated every mistake as a learning opportunity and used his own experience to help Lou grow as a performer. Lou has revealed that Bill had this incredible ability to switch between being absolutely professional and being warm and friendly. When the cameras were rolling, Bill was completely focused. He inhabited the character of David Banner with such depth and emotion that it was easy to forget you were watching an actor at work. He brought real pain and humanity to a man who was cursed to transform into a raging monster whenever he got angry. But the moment the director called cut, Bill would relax, crack jokes, and make sure everyone on set was having a good time. One of the things that Lou remembers most fondly is how Bill would stand up for him when other people on the production didn't take him seriously. Remember, Lou was deaf in one ear due to childhood infections, and he also had a speech impediment that made some people underestimate his intelligence. There were crew members and even some network executives who seemed to think that because Lou was a bodybuilder, he must not be very bright. Bill would not tolerate that kind of disrespect for even a second. Lou has said that Bill would directly confront anyone who talked down to Lou or treated him like he was just a piece of set decoration. Bill made it clear that Lou was an actor, a professional, and a crucial part of what made The Incredible Hulk work. The show became a massive hit, and a big part of that success was the chemistry between Bill and Lou. Even though they rarely appeared on screen together, their work created a seamless character. Bill would play the tortured scientist trying to cure himself while helping people along the way, And then Lou would explode onto the screen as the Hulk, destroying everything in his path to protect the innocent. The transformation scenes became legendary, and fans couldn't get enough of the show's unique blend of drama, action, and heart. But what was happening off-camera, as just as special as what viewers saw on their television screens. Lou and Bill developed a genuine friendship that went beyond the professional relationship between two actors on a show. They would have lunch together between takes, talk about their lives and families, and support each other through the challenges that came with working on such a demanding production. Bill was going through his own personal struggles during this time, including a painful divorce, but he never let his personal problems affect how he treated the people around him. Lou has opened up about how much he learned from watching Bill work. Bill had this natural instinct for knowing exactly how much emotion to bring to a scene. He never overacted or chewed the scenery, but he also never held back when a moment called for real pain or anger. Lou would study Bill's performances and try to apply those lessons to his own work as the Hulk. Even though Lou didn't have dialogue and his face was covered in green makeup, he learned how to use his body and his movements to convey the Hulk's emotions. When the Hulk was confused, Lou would tilt his head and move more slowly. When the Hulk was protective of someone, Lou would position his body between them and danger. These were all things he learned by watching Bill's masterful performances as David Banner. The show ran for 5 seasons and became one of the most beloved series of the late 70s and early 80s. During that time, Lou and Bill's friendship only grew stronger. Bill became like a mentor and father figure to Lou, teaching him not just about acting, but about life in Hollywood. Bill would give Lou advice about how to handle fame, how to deal with difficult people in the industry, and how to stay grounded when everyone around you is telling you how great you are. One story that Lou loves to tell is about a time when they were filming a particularly difficult scene. Lou had been in the makeup chair for over 4 hours that morning, and then they had to do take after take of a physically demanding action sequence. Lou was exhausted, covered in sweat that was making his green body paint run, and he was starting to feel defeated. Bill noticed that Lou was struggling, and he called for a break. He walked over to Lou, put his hand on his massive shoulder, and said something that Lou has never forgotten. Bill told him, "Lou, what we're doing here matters. Kids are watching this show, and they're learning that even when you feel like a monster, even when you feel different from everyone else, you can still be a hero. That's important, and you're the only one who can bring that to life." Lou has said that in that moment, all of his exhaustion disappeared, and he understood for the first time just how meaningful their show really was. As the years went on, and the show eventually came to an end, Lou and Bill stayed in touch. They would talk on the phone, meet up for dinners, and support each other's careers. Bill went on to direct episodes of other television shows and continued acting, while Lou pursued other opportunities in Hollywood and continued his fitness career. But they always made time for each other, and that friendship remained strong. Tragically, Bill Bixby passed away in November of 1993 after a battle with prostate cancer. Lou was absolutely devastated by the loss. He has said that losing Bill felt like losing a member of his own family. Bill had been there for him during one of the most important times in his life. Had believed in him when others didn't, and had taught him so much about what it means to be a professional and a good person. In the years since Bill's death, Lou has made it his mission to keep his friend's memory alive and to make sure people understand just how special Bill was. Lou has done countless interviews where he talks about Bill's kindness, his professionalism, and his genuine love for the craft of acting. Lou wants people to know that Bill wasn't just a talented actor. He was a man who used his position and influence to lift other people up, who treated everyone with respect regardless of their status or experience level, and who brought real heart and soul to everything he did. Lou has also revealed some of the more personal sides of Bill that fans might not have known about. Bill had an incredible sense of humor and loved to play practical jokes on the set. He was also deeply thoughtful and would remember small details about people's lives, always asking crew members about their families or their hobbies. Bill believed that everyone who worked on the show, from the stars to the production assistants, was important and deserved to be treated well. One of the most touching things Lou has shared is that Bill never took credit for helping him become a better actor. Even though Bill spent countless hours coaching Lou and giving him advice, he would always deflect praise and insist that Lou's success was due to his own hard work and natural talent. That kind of humility and generosity is rare in Hollywood, and it's something that Lou has tried to emulate in his own career. Looking back now, Lou realizes that meeting Bill Bixby was one of the greatest blessings of his life. The Incredible Hulk gave Lou a career in acting that has lasted for decades. He's appeared in dozens of movies and television shows, lent his voice to animated series, and become a beloved figure at comic conventions around the world. But more than that, his time working with Bill taught him lessons about kindness, professionalism, and the importance of helping others that have shaped who he is as a person. Lou has said that he thinks about Bill often, especially when he's on set working on a new project. He asks himself what Bill would do in certain situations, and he tries to treat younger or less experienced actors with the same patience and kindness that Bill showed him all those years ago. In a way, Bill's legacy lives on, not just through the episodes of The Incredible Hulk that fans still watch and love today, but through the way Lou has carried those lessons forward and shared them with new generations of performers. The relationship between Lou Ferrigno and Bill Bixby is a beautiful reminder that Hollywood isn't always about competition and ego. Sometimes it's about two people from completely different worlds finding common ground and building something special together. Bill could have easily been threatened by Lou's physical presence or dismissive of his lack of acting experience. Lou could have been resentful of Bill's success or jealous of the attention Bill got as the lead actor, but instead, they chose to support each other, learn from each other, and create one of the most memorable shows in television history. When Lou talks about Bill now, you can hear the emotion in his voice and see the love in his eyes. He's not just talking about a former co-star or a colleague, he's talking about a true friend who changed his life and helped him become the man he is today. Bill Bixby may be gone, but his impact on Lou Ferrigno and on everyone who knew him continues to be felt. And for fans of The Incredible Hulk, knowing that the real relationship between these two men was just as special as the characters they played makes the show even more meaningful. The story of Lou and Bill reminds us that we all have the power to make a difference in someone else's life. Bill could have easily gone through the motions on The Incredible Hulk, done his job, and gone home. But instead, he chose to invest in Lou, to believe in him, and to help him reach his potential. And that choice not only changed Lou's life, but also enriched the show and gave audiences something truly special to watch and enjoy. So if you enjoyed learning about the incredible friendship between Lou Ferrigno and Bill Bixby, make sure you hit that like button right now. Share this video with other fans of The Incredible Hulk who might not know the real story behind one of television's greatest partnerships. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel and ring that notification bell so you never miss another behind-the-scenes story about your favorite shows and stars. We've got so many more amazing stories to share with you, and we don't want you to miss a single one. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.